bit of a challenging situation. Oh shoot, we just stalled. I was so impressed with myself. We can't miss the details. I just need to spice things up a bit. Life isn't supposed to be easy. I never in a million years thought I'd be doing something like this, which is honestly crazy. Seatbelt, glasses, so we can see clearly. And yeah, hey guys, welcome to a little car chat video. I don't really know what we're gonna call this, but we're gonna have a little drive. We're gonna have a chat. The first thing I just want to say is a huge thank you and shout out to you guys for the support and your comments and your messages after my driving video, the first episode of Holly Tries. Honestly, I did not expect so many of you guys to feel the same way about driving. I am still very nervous in a car, and that is why I'm going out today in a car, just to have a bit of a drive and to practice and try and get more comfortable in the car, in the driver's seat. And that is literally like the epitome of Holly Tries. It's all about, you know, growing, pushing myself out of my comfort zone, showing you guys the struggles in doing new things but overcoming fears, you know. So I just felt so happy, and honestly it's been making my day over these past few days to read your messages. I've been trying to reply to a lot of them. I'm sorry if I haven't been able to, but yeah, let's get on and drive, okay? I'm gonna turn you off and I will see you when we have arrived. Oh my god, hello. Right, oh my god, that's so hot. So I just got myself a chai latte from a tea room, which is basically my destination of the day. That took like such a long time, like 10 minutes, maybe even longer than that, just to get a chai latte, because their machine to like make payments on with like contactless wasn't working. So yeah, that happened, and then basically I am parked in this kind of like bay. I was just really confused about whether I was allowed to park here or not. There aren't any signs, there isn't a machine to pay at, and there are just these bays and these faint yellow lines, faint double yellow lines. And so I was so confused. I asked like 2 people walking along, and then I went into this kind of like restaurant which is literally just opposite, and they didn't know. So yeah, all in all, a bit of a challenging situation. I'm also now struggling to think about how I'm going to turn around. Like, I am parallel parking. We've realised this is parallel parking. There are people in the restaurant over on the other side of the road. I don't want to look, but they've just been staring at me this whole time. And I feel like if I start to do like some major manoeuvre, they're gonna low-key, well, high-key judge me. But anyway, I just really don't know how I'm gonna do this. Oh shoot, and there's a car behind me now as well. Where are my car keys? Oh, this is gonna be so hard. Okay, right. How much space do I have behind me? Oh, okay. I have a bit of space to go back behind me, but not very much at all. Right, let's brave it, Holly. Chai latte with oat milk, by the way. Did I say that? Not sure. Anyway, I just came out the bumpiest road with loads of potholes. I also just stalled trying to turn around in like this grassy, muddy area. Mum was like, don't get stuck in the mud, and I was like so confident that it was not muddy here. It's so muddy. I'm sorry, Mum. Oh my Jesus. Come on, car, come on, come on, come on. I was fully convinced this was not muddy here. Okay, this lighting's better. Maybe I should just park here. There are hardly any cars here, like, surely I can't be done. Or can I? Mums are always right. Oh shoot, we just stalled. Damn it. Okay, this mud is proving to be very problematic. Why are mums always right? Like, Mum, why are you always right? Mum actually gave me the breakdown number, so good job we have that in the contacts list. Come on, car, come on, car. Anything coming? Forward, 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 forward. Stop, just here is perfect. Oh my god, stress over. Basically, the point of this video was just for me to drive, get some driving practice, talk to you guys, get a hot drink, and that was literally it. This is basically a pointless journey, but if I don't keep on top of it, then I'll just go back to where I was. I don't want to take 2 steps forwards, 1 step back, you know? But I did just want to talk to you guys because I feel like these chatty videos are really fun to film, and it's nice to film them in different locations. Like the last one I did, I was doing my hair, and so I thought this one we would do it in a car. It's actually really hot in this car, or maybe I'm just guessing hot because I'm stressing about maneuvering and stalling and driving. I did actually film a whole segment in that video explaining like my driving story and everything, but I did cut it out because the video was getting quite long and I just thought it was a bit too waffly. So I'm gonna try and redo it here. I did start driving when I was 17 because you're allowed to start driving in the UK when you're 17. So I started having driving lessons and everything. I had the same instructor as Emily did, but I felt like I didn't really get along with them too well. And I was also going through a really tough time with my mental health. That was when it started to like spiral downhill. And I just wasn't in the best mindset. I also had like an injury, which meant it was a bit painful as well when driving. I had quite a few lessons, but then I stopped essentially, and I never took my test, but I took my theory test. And then that is kind of around the time when I finished school, went to Cambridge, didn't drive because I didn't need to drive. And then in the UK, we have this thing where the theory test runs out, like it expires. You have to have passed your practical driving test within a certain time frame. I'm not sure what the duration is. A year, 2 years, I'm not sure. But basically, I think in the summer after first year of Cambridge, I came home and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to like do something about this driving test because I don't want to have to retake my theory test. And let me emphasize, I literally just passed the theory test because there is a section of the theory test which is so bad. It's called the hazards perception. It's awful. I can't even explain to you what it is, but it's like a virtual simulation thing and you're like pretending to drive on the computer and then you have to like click when you see hazards and stuff. I was just awful at it, I guessed, and yeah, I basically just passed the theory test because of that. The other part of the theory test was fine, like that was just multiple choice answers and just memorizing stuff. So we looked around, tried to find some other instructors but couldn't find one, and so I was like, let me just go back to the old driving instructor, my only driving instructor really, and I booked in some lessons. I was very much ready to take my test after a few lessons. And so yeah, I had to book my test really last minute. I had to get cancellation and it was literally like a week before my theory test ran out. So I had so much pressure on me at that point because I was like, if I fail this, I'm gonna have to retake everything. So yeah, I took my driving test. I actually did pass first time with like 4 minors. I was so impressed with myself and actually really surprised. The sun is like so bright. It's better if I do this. The funniest thing about this story though is that Em and I pranked mum that I'd failed my driving test and she genuinely believed me. I mean, we were great at acting. Like I was lying on my bed face down just pretending to cry, and then mum came home because she'd been out at the time or something, and Emily was like, Holly's failed her driving test, like she's so upset upstairs. And apparently mum said to Emily, she was like, well, I thought this might happen. So clearly mum had no faith in my driving skills whatsoever from day one. And then I drove like 3 times maybe on my own after that. Then I didn't need to drive again, so I stopped driving. I feel like that was just as waffly as the first time I explained the story, but there's quite a lot to it, you know? We can't miss the details. This chai latte is so good. It's genuinely so hot in this car, like I need to open the window. Right, more chai latte. I cannot drink caffeinated drinks after, I don't know, like 2 or 3 p.m. Otherwise, I genuinely won't sleep. And like, even matcha affects me, and matcha doesn't have that much caffeine in it. Oh, we're actually reversing. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Stop. Turn the wheel. This is the perfect lighting. Oh my god. So many of you guys shared so many amazing comments and stories and advice, tips, inspiration. You may not have read this comment, but I wanted to read it to you all because it was just so like so wholesome and I honestly loved it. So this is what somebody said. I was a very unconfident driver when I started. I especially felt pressured by cars behind me, but my mum always would say if they wanted to be in front of you, they would have left sooner, and that made me feel better about driving at my pace. Like, I read that and I was like, that is so true. Another reason why I kind of came out today just to get out and do something different was because I have not been in a rut, definitely not, but sometimes when I'm not feeling so motivated, I just need to do something that gets me out of the house and do something a bit different. I love my routines, but sometimes I just need to spice things up a bit, and I feel like that's especially so now that I'm like a graduate, but you can't be a graduate forever, so an adult really, you know. I just feel like sometimes you need this escape, and you need to step outside of your everyday routines. I will go to London, go to dance, do something like this, go and get a hot drink and chat to you guys, just for the sake of getting a hot drink and chatting to you guys. The thing is, when you're a student, and you know, for the majority of my life, which is crazy to say, I've been in school or university, I've been studying, and I feel like I've always been driven by the fact that I know I have exams to take at the end of the year. So if I slack, then, you know I won't perform as well. So I've always been very driven and determined in that sense to keep my head down, stay focused. The world of adulthood is crazy, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm learning so much. I'm able to challenge myself in lots of new and different ways, which is so exciting. But I am facing these little hurdles and things that we need to, you know, overcome, find solutions to. Life isn't supposed to be easy. Life is difficult. And so yeah, sometimes I do feel like I want to just do something else. Don't get me wrong, I still have deadlines now. I have so many deadlines. Different types of deadlines. I have to set my own deadlines, like I am my own boss, so I have to keep myself accountable and I have to stay disciplined and motivated, and most of the time I am, because I love what I do. I never feel as if it's work, so I just do it without question. But I feel like sometimes I just need an extra boost or a bit of a reset. And I also feel like because my life is so much more balanced now, whereas in the past I kind of didn't even allow myself to breathe. I maybe didn't even realize that I needed time like this, you know, time off, time when I'm doing something completely different, and I'm just really growing to appreciate it. I like it. This is now basically empty. I don't buy hot drinks that often, but I do need to take this with me because I love a matcha now. As you guys know, I love a chai latte. I kind of drink hot drinks now, which is also something different. It's something I've discovered as adult Holly. As I said, I just don't think I gave myself enough time to branch out and try new things when I was studying and as a student, and that's like the main thing that I love about my new adult life. Before, I was sprinting a marathon. You know, you don't sprint a marathon unless you're like Eliud Kipchoge, and I am not. This is such a nice breeze, like, oh my god, wow. I feel like this is such a random video, like I'm talking about anything and everything, but I don't know, do you want these regular chatty videos where I just talk about something? Maybe I could get you guys to send in topics every so often on Instagram. I don't know, would you like that? Let me know. You know, when you finish like a drink, sometimes you just don't want to finish the drink, so you keep trying to get more out of it even though there's literally nothing left. Oh, there was one drop. I literally just chucked my phone. There are going to be people walking past next, so I just need to act cool and act as if I'm not just talking to a camera. Something I wanted to mention is something that's already on my Instagram, because I announced it at the start of the week on Monday, is that I am very excitingly doing a TEDx talk, which is so mind-blowing and I honestly cannot still believe it. But yes, I am giving a TEDx talk in Cambridge in March, coming up on the 18th. I'm so excited. I am very nervous, but yeah, I am going to be filming a whole video that documents my journey in me, like finding out, writing my speech, preparing, practicing, doing the rehearsal, going to Cambridge, giving the actual talk. So that'll be a whole video that comes out, so I'll save everything for that. But yeah, I've literally written my speech. It's like a 15-minute talk, and I need to start like practicing it and learning it. There are the people, by the way. People didn't see, I don't think. Talk. Anyway, I need to start practicing it. You can actually get tickets, but it will be recorded and it will be uploaded to their YouTube channel, which is really fun, so you guys can all watch it. And that puts even more pressure on, right? The talks are all themed around like this idea of restoration. My talk sits in that. I'm not going to tell you what it's on. I never in a million years thought that I would be giving a TEDx talk. Like, it's not a TED talk. TEDx is like, I don't really know, but I never in a million years thought I'd be doing something like this, which is honestly crazy. And yeah, an opportunity that I just couldn't turn down. So exciting. That's something to look forward to. This is me still trying to drink chai latte. I am starting to need the toilet, so I feel like we might have to start driving home. Leave the window open again. I have two other things that I wanted to talk about today, but I feel like I'm just gonna save one of them for a different video. Otherwise we'll be talking here for an hour, which might not be a problem, but I don't know what length of videos you guys like the most. I've talked a lot about friendships, like, you know, in me not really having very many close friends. Like, I always think it's best to have a very small handful of close friends. The thing that came to mind was not really related to like my close friends. To be honest with you, I haven't seen many of my friends recently because I've just been so busy. I feel like everyone else is busy, and yeah, I need to make an effort. That's another thing that's hard with being an adult. You don't see your friends every day on campus or in lectures or at school, you know. You have to make an effort to go and see people, which is nice because it means that you find out who your true friends really are. But at the same time, you know, it just requires extra planning. So yeah, I do need to see my friends, especially if I'm going to be going traveling, and I do have penciled dates for like April, May, watch this space, with friends though that aren't like my close friends, but people who I would consider friends but don't see that often. I don't know if I'm overthinking this, but I just sometimes feel like, do people actually like me, or am I like considering them a friend but they don't consider me a friend? Is it like reciprocated? And especially with these types of friendships, I'm like, do I make an effort? Like, do I try and suggest to do something? Because sometimes I feel like they don't even consider me a friend, and so I'm like, why would I therefore reach out? You know, I would much prefer them to just say to my face like, I don't want to meet up with you, I don't want to spend time with you, and I would be happy with that, because you know, we don't get on with everyone in this world. But I just don't know what to think in these situations, because I'm like, do they actually like me? Friendships is literally so confusing, sometimes more confusing than like relationships, but maybe I say that just because I've never had a relationship. I don't know if any of that even made sense, to be honest with you. I don't know if I was just waffling, but friendships in the adult world, it's just different. And yeah, especially with like friends that are kind of in between close friends and acquaintances, like I feel like we've had a good chit chat. It's been fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. You guys know I love my podcasts. I would love to start a podcast. However, I just feel like at the moment I have so many things on my plate. I don't have time at the moment for everything I'm taking on, you know, and if I started a podcast, that would just make it even more difficult. But one day I would love to start a podcast. A lot to do, not enough time as usual. One of the key take-home messages from this video, I feel though, is that, you know, there is always time, no matter how busy and stressed you are, for downtime and for rest and for breaks. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed driving a bit with me, chatting with me, chilling with me, hanging out with me in the car. Definitely like this video. As always, if you enjoyed it, comment down below, subscribe if you are new, and I will speak to you very soon in another video. Bye! Oh my god, you guys, literally a car just drove past through that puddle and sprayed the whole side of this car. Good job I'm in the car, I'm not standing outside the car. Look at the state of this car. I'm sorry, that's just not acceptable. It's so muddy. How the frick am I gonna turn around? This road is so narrow. Camera, why are you not staying there? Are we gonna move anywhere? I'm still so scared this car is gonna move. If I go back, can you see me better? If I go forwards, can you see me better? Moral of the story is you just can't see me. Look at those hedges over there. Look how cute they are. This is actually decent lighting, but the steering wheel was completely in the way of my face. That's not a big problem, to be honest with you. Oh, that's cute.